Hey there. Today I want to talk about intermittent fasting. It's been a big change in my life, and it's when I started in the beginning of last year, it really made a huge difference. Intermittent fasting, I mean, you think of not eating, and I mean, this is not just how I feel. I mean, I've had blood work done, and 3 months after I started intermittent fasting, my testosterone boosted 150 points right off the bat. I mean, more energy. I started with intermittent fasting is just going without food for a certain portion of the day. There's different levels. I started with eating an 8-hour window. So I would eat for 8 hours and fast for 16 every day. And you eat until you're full. And it's different, eating throughout the whole day. You're always trying to watch your diet or watch, calories or this and that. But when you intermittent fast, you put away food and then you don't, and then you stop. And then after 8 hours, I went to 6 hours, and 6 hours, I went to 4 hours, where I'm at now. But half the time I'll eat one meal a day, and half the time I'll eat in a 4-hour window. But I put away food. It's during those 4 hours, you really have a different relationship with food. You enjoy it more. You have more energy throughout the day. Every time I went to go pushing 10 miles, whatever I pushed, it's always been on an empty stomach. I've never had, so the idea that you need food for energy is it's only in the beginning, because your body is in shock, mostly because of the sugar. Sugar is so addictive that your body adapts to sugar. I quit sugar too. If sugar comes in the form of, ketchup or whatever, sugar and everything. But I mean, as far as like, ice cream, donut, like, no, man, cut that stuff. That stuff really affects the male testosterone, affects lives. I mean, sugar causes cancer, man. Sugar is the worst thing for you, but that's a different topic. Just as far as intermittent fasting goes, it's your body adapts to it. It isn't, the first week is hard, but it's like you think about it. For thousands of years, there wasn't refrigerators, there wasn't drive-throughs, there wasn't, grocery stores as easily, as readily as they are to these days. It's only been the past 100 years that we've been through this type of, access to food so easily. So it's always been, our bodies were designed to eat a lot of food and then go without food. They would hunt, they would kill, a deer or whatever, and then, I mean, there would be a feast. They would, it would be, kill the hog, and everybody eat. That before the food goes bad, you eat and you put away as much food as you can, because you might not eat for another day. You might not eat for 2 days, but you can put away a lot of calories in one sitting. And then the difference is, when I would eat 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you eat. And then when you eat, let's say a big dinner, and then you feel uncomfortable because you ate too much, and you're just like, oh man, I'm so uncomfortable. So you don't feel uncomfortable if you intermittent fast, like, because when you go without food, man, I'll put away food, like, so I won't eat nothing all day, and then and then come evening, I'll go get 4 burgers from In-N-Out, and wolf them all down, and after eating 4, I won't feel like uncomfortable. I'll feel like, I got what I needed. And I'm ready to continue. So, you could do a lot of research. You don't just take, like I said, you don't just take my word for face value. You don't take anyone's word for face value. Do your research. I would encourage, especially now when people need to get healthy and people need a good immune system. The effects on fasting, I believe fasting can cure anything. I mean, if you look under the Dr. Sebi, research Dr. Sebi, Nipsey Hussle's the one who brought him up and was talking about his how Dr. Sebi had cured people through fasting. He would send them off in a resort to where he lives in a different country, and they for 30 days, left eye went and fasted for 40 days, for 30 days. You can last a long time without food. The idea that you're going to die is not, I mean, if you store fat in your body, you can last, you can last. In the longest record, I believe in Russia, there was an overweight man who weighed over 300 and 400 pounds. I believe it was 400. It was 350 to 450 somewhere. He was a very, very obese man. He did not eat food for an entire year, over a year. I believe it was 350 days or give or take. But he didn't eat for a whole year. He only had tea, coffee, water, and some vitamin supplement, but no food. He lost mostly all the weight. He got so far down, and not only did he lose the weight, but he didn't. You would think you lose all that weight so fast that you would have loose skin or stretch marks. His body went back almost like a normal human being with no stretch, no extra skin. No, he didn't need. It's, there's something miraculous. I mean, in every religion, there's something about fasting, and I mean, I'm a Christian, and there's, God told his people to fast for a reason, and it's not just, people thought for so long, oh, fasting is just a spiritual aspect, like it's just, but God, he puts a hook in his things, like he doesn't, he gets you to have a selfish reason to want to do something also so that you could reap the benefits of the spiritual. So there's, man, so many physical benefits to fasting. Not only spiritual, because I feel also it changed my life through fasting, was you're not so... I used to want to indulge in, this and that. And if you can resist food, then you can resist anything. I mean, you have more self-control of yourself, which is a very positive character trait to have. You don't so easily, you don't just go into impulse, because if you train and discipline yourself with food, I mean, it just trickles over and transcends into other aspects of life. Just like waking up early. It's another thing that's really changed my life. It's like, but not just waking up early, but waking up early without thinking. You hear it and you get up. You hear it, you force. You hear it, you get up. And that aspect also trickles down into other parts of life where you're like, you don't have to think, and let that weak part, soak in your mind. You want to do something, you get it done. You do it. You just do. And that's another, these little things, these positive things you do in your life are going to trickle down into other areas. It's not just one thing. If you conquer your appetite, and you'll conquer other appetites that bring you down. You conquer, it's just the start, and I just wanted to share a little bit about it. And if I would recommend do research on intermittent fasting. Start out small. My buddy, he's trying to lose weight, and he said for the first week it was real hard, but right after that he used to wake up real hungry, and he said after he started, the first week was real hard, but after that your body just got used to it. And he says he don't wake up hungry no more. He puts off eating till noon, when he used to wake up at 8 in the morning starving. And he's your body adapts. It's not, yeah, it's it's very, very healthy for you and for your mind too. A study goes that, you think clearer. They always say, oh, eat a hearty meal before you take a test, but it's actually proven, well, studies have shown, it's hard to say facts about anything because it's all speculation, but that especially sugar, that's proven study, that you don't intake sugar, you think clearer. and mostly, a lot of food has carbs or it spikes your insulin, and that's another thing that has to do with the reason why eating boosts your testosterone for men. And I haven't done the study on women, but I'm sure it's very similar to estrogen. But your testosterone and your insulin crisscross. When your insulin spikes, your testosterone drops, which is why after lunch you get sleepy, you're tired, you're sluggish, you got no energy. And when your insulin is low, your testosterone is high. So if you're constantly eating throughout the day, you're eating 5-6 little meals, you're just eating snacks, you're keeping your testosterone, your male aggression, your hunger, your drive, you know what I mean? You're keeping it beat down constantly by stuffing food, and you don't have any drive, you don't have any go. But if you keep your insulin low, your testosterone will remain high. You know what I mean? If you after a 24-hour fast, your testosterone boosts like 200%. And I'm throwing these numbers. It's all speculation. Do your research, and if you're interested, and it's a life changer. It's a game changer for sure. You get more, find more energy, find more vitality, find more drive, and for men, boosting your testosterone is a vital and important role to just get stuff done, man. Just get up, get that drive, get that hunger, get that clear thought. You know what I mean? And another thing that decreases testosterone is any type of sedative. They say that if you watch over 20 hours of television a week, or any type of sedative like that, you decrease your testosterone by like 30%, or these numbers are speculative, but there's studies done on them. So they have work, they have an effect on you. So also, being stationary. So I'm fighting an uphill battle from the gate. So I'm trying to take any advantage I can to, keep my testosterone levels as peak performance as possible. So yeah, man, there's a lot of information out there. Don't just take my word. Do research and look into it, man. There's a lot of good stuff to help you feel better, think better. Low testosterone has to do with depression. I mean, there's just so many things. They call it. What do they say when on the commercial for depression? It's a hormonal imbalance. But instead of trying to have you get your hormone to a healthy level, they say take this pill. The pill ain't the answer. The pill is just covering the problem. If you get your hormone to naturally to a healthy level, it'll change your outlook. It'll change the way you feel. It'll change the way you see things. It'll change a whole lot. You know what I mean? We are what we eat. So just food for thought, literally food for thought. Just keep pushing out there, right? Don't stop, and try to improve yourself every day. You just want to make yourself, a little bit better. It's like, don't compare yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself to your neighbor, the Joneses, or what. Look in the mirror, challenge yourself, and figure out how can you be a better you. Just a little bit, just one thing at a time. Make yourself a better you. And in strides, months go by, and you'll be able to see big accomplishments happen in your life. Just keep positive and keep pushing. Thank you.